Alright, so in this one we're going to do something similar to what I've done recently, which is comparison between LF Rose to LF Blue Gogeta. But in this one we're going to do another comparison. Alright, now we're going to be comparing more Legends Limited units, but it'll be a lot more even. We're going to compare UI Goku at 7 stars to LF Broly at 7 stars. Now, I will go over this format just so you guys are aware. First will be discussion. After this part will be a discussion while showing off both teams and doing that part. Then the next part will be 3 matches with UI Goku on his respective team that I feel is his best, and then 3 matches with LF Broly on his respective best team. Then at the end of that, after those matches, we'll discuss again to re-examine, but I'm going to give my who I think is better at the beginning before the matches, then UI Broly matches, then my post the matches summary. If you guys like this format, if you guys like this idea, if you want it to be a little series comparing 2 units together, let me know. I think it's a cool idea, cool concept, and yeah, let's get into the discussion, then into the matches. Alright, so this actually took a little bit more of a different approach than I figured. So originally my idea was to run UI on this team, God Key, because UI is optimal on God Key, and it just makes sense because he flows so well with Blue Goku, God Vegeta can cover for him, Vados, all that, and the Red God Goku gives, what, crit and max health or critical damage, something like that, so it's a really good team. But then I thought, well wait, Broly's best team is him double Zenkai buffed, and it's not even intentional, it's just these Super Saiyans will double Zenkai buff him. Now, this might not be Broly's ideal team, yes I know, everyone is a critic, it is what it is, but this team I'm going to be using him on personally, so for this will be Broly's team. This was going to be UI Goku's team, but I thought it's not fair to compare units double Zenkai buff to one that's not Zenkai buff. So I made a Saiyan team, double Zenkai buff to UI Goku, so they're on an even playing field. Both will have the key coming in, both will have everything that their kit entails and wants for them to gain. Now, if we just talk characters, UI Goku is very more dependent on the player playing him than Broly. And now what I mean by this is Broly, it's if your opponent's frantic. What I mean by that is, well, if we read his kit, when they switch, he gains Vanish. When he vanishes, he gains damage. Per card use, he gains damage. Green card gives him draw speed. He can feint on his blue. His ultimate nullifies cover changing and throws the opponent out to give him that guaranteed switch to gain more Vanish back. I think it happens up to 5 times he can gain his Vanish back. Yeah, 5 times right there, you saw it. Broly is very dependent on the opponent switching and being flustered. With Bardock crits buffing that, because crits going through, maybe a green unit comes in, then boom, crit, they'd be like, oh shit, I can't let this green die, they have 2 blues. Oh, but he's critting, it'll build up the damage and Broly's effectiveness. So, Broly is in a predominant spot just because of the team he's on with the crits he can receive. Now, I'm talking solo units individual. Now, we go to UI Goku. UI Goku, as I said, is very dependent on the player itself. You can do multiple amazing or stupid, depending how good or bad you are, plays with his extra with his extra gauge. I mean, there's not much he can't do. The only negative to UI Goku is his green card's a long animation, and maybe you could constitute his blue card being a dash forward a bad thing, but it really isn't, because if you just manipulate the gauge properly, you can just get up in their face and then maybe they'll sidestep, they'll be scared, or maybe you'll know they're going to attack, so you blue card before they do their strike. You can really do a lot of amazing plays with UI Goku. So personally, with all that being said, and he has double cover change on anything, so that's very good. and he nullifies endurance, and cancels after you upgrades. So like LF Gohan Last Man Standing, he pops his main, UI Goku cancels all that shit. With all this being said, I would think in my head that UI Goku is better than Broly. Now obviously we will see in these matches not a full head-on comparison because they're not on the same team like Rose and Gogeta Blue are. You know, I could run them on Saiyans, but be very janky, it feels like, so I think their best teams is a better comparison for the two. But personally, I feel UI Goku is better than Broly by a wide margin. It's just, he flows so much better with the user being good with him. Now, if you are bad with him, UI Goku's gonna feel like shit. He's gonna get one shot and you're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck, this character sucks. Well, yeah, you know, he's not UI Goku. Literally, the whole definition is dodge, 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 not tank, tank, tank. Now, with Broly, it's more, you're relying on your opponent. I don't like that idea to rely on your opponent. Let's say your opponent's competent and they're like, oh, well, I'm not going to switch against Broly, like, his combo will end quicker if I just stay in and eat this shit. Well, then, your whole really shtick with the Broly kind of dies down to where he's just a 4 or 5 hit card combo unit, and then he's done. And it's not anything like extreme god tier damage, it's just normal damage, unless they're getting flustered, as I've been saying. So, that's how I feel about these two characters. Possibly could be proven wrong. Again, we will go over everything that we have seen at the end of this, probably a little shorter than this discussion part we have now. But regardless, we will see. These are the equips we're going to be rocking on UI Goku on this team. Strike defense, special move damage, ultimate damage, and vanish gauge recovery, because, you know, having this many vanishes is ridiculous. I apologize for the noise in the background. Alright. And then this one is double strike defense, strike attack. I believe this could have been strike attack, but it is what it is. This one is blast defense, blast attack, and special move, because using a special move is actually ideal, because he gets his unique gauge back. And now on Broly's team, his equips are going to be as follows. This one is blast attack, strike defense, and strike attack, just everything. This is double defense, special move, and ultimate, because we want Broly to be able to take a little hits and, you know, do more ultimate damage. And this one's double defenses and health. As you see, I would kind of prioritize defense on him more than anything. Well, and if you're like, well, why? Well, we're getting Bardock crit buffs. Do I really need to damage boost him if he's getting double Zenkai buff, Bardock crit buffs? No. Let's get into the matches. UI Goku will be first, and then we will transition to Broly.
覚悟はいいか? 어찌다? 그죠?本当の戦いはこれからだ。と。まだいる。許してください。そこですね。カメハメ。消しとい。見せてあげる。カメハメ。何をちんたらしてやがる。お前がナンバーワンだ。と。 覚悟しな。試してみっか。終わらす。本気で来るんだ。どか。俺無駄だ。何を作って粉々にしてやるぜ。行くぞ。お前がナンバーワンだ。オラがやる。少しつかめてきた気がするぞ。身勝手の極意。サイヤ人は戦闘種族だ。無駄だ。思いのほか楽しめそうだ。少しは楽しませてくれ。粉々にしてやるぜ。 とは待って覚悟しな。やるな。
お前がナンバーワンだ。いい攻撃だ。だが俺に食らえ。終わりだ。
行くぞ。
またけさせやがって。あららららら。最後だ。
あとは任せ。
許さんぞ。そこまでだ。もうちょっとやるかと思ったのによ。
その面。もっとはもっとは。渦が。もっとは。
えたな。俺が究極の技だ。はあ、行くぞ。
手加減しすぎました。
俺が貴様を倒す。勝負はこっからだ。
もっとはもっとは悪はいいの。
Now, personally, after those matches, I would say UI Goku is definitely the better unit. You saw Broly do well with the crits and all that, and yes, that is his best team. Yes, that is something you will see often, but nah. UI Goku is just built better. He's just better kit, better unit. Not much else really to say, just UI Goku is the better unit between LF Broly and himself. That's really all. I don't know. I was just so much more impressed with UI Goku actually like maintaining and sustaining as long as he could and just doing his thing. That's it. Broly is a little unimpressive. Obviously his damage is good, but that's all he has. Exactly the kind of negative point is the thing I said in the beginning. That's all he has. He doesn't have anything else. He doesn't have the cover. He doesn't have anything else besides damage. And if your opponent's smart, then doesn't really do much. So yeah, I'd say UI Goku at even star, 7 stars comparison is better than a 7-star LF Broly. Let me know what you guys think, and if you guys like me to continue doing these type of videos, let me know. I'll see you guys in the next one.